Good morning. Hope you all are doing good. I am doing good myself. I'm reading today the book of Proverbs, um, chapter 13. Start off 13. A wise son heareth his father's instructions, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. The righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is slothsome, and cometh to shame. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor heareth not rebuke. But the light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advice is wisdom. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. The law of his wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Good understanding giveth favor, but the way of transgressors is hard. Every prudent man doeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth upon his folly. A wicked messenger falleth into mischief, but the faithful ambassador is health. Where was I? Wow. Law of the wise is a fountain of life, departing from the snares of death. Good understanding giveth favor, but the way of transgressors is hard. Every prudent man doeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth upon his folly. A wicked messenger falleth into mischief, but the faithful ambassador is health. Provider and shame shall be to him that refuses instruction, but the regard of reproof shall be honored. The spire accomplishes sweet to the soul, but his abomination to the fools to depart from evil. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Evil pure sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. The much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that is destroyed for want of judgment. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. The rich is eaten to the satisfy of the soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. Chapter 14. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord, but he that is preserved in his ways despiseth him. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. Where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. A faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness will utter lies. A scorner seeketh the wisdom, and findeth it not, but the knowledge is easy until him that understandeth. Go from the presence of the foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools make a mock of sin, but among the righteous there is favor. The heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger doth not intermeddle with his joy. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are ways of death. Even in laughter the heart is sorrowful, and the end of the myth is heaviness. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool raggeth and is confident. He that is soon angry doeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devise is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked of the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich hath many friends. He that despiseth his neighbor sinneth, but he hath mercy on the poor, happy is he. Do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be to them that devise good. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendereth only to the penury. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the fullness of fools is folly. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is a king's honor, but in the want of people it is the destruction of the prince. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rightness of the bones. He that oppresseth the poor approach his maker, but he that honoreth him hath mercy on the poor. The wicked is driven away in his weakness, but the righteous hath hope in his death. Wisdom resteth in the heart of him that hath understanding, but that which is the midst of fools is made known. Righteousness exalted a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causes shame. Chapter 15. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools pours out foolishness. Pours out foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place. Behold the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. A fool despises his father and his instructions, but he that regardeth reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the remuse of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish doth not so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loveth him that falleth after righteousness. Correction is a grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more than the hearts of the children of men? A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but the sorrow of the heart is the spirit of broken. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge. But the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of merry heart hath a continual feast. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasures and trouble therewith. Better is a diner of herbs than where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. A wrathful man stirreth up strife, but he that is slow to anger perceive the strife. The way of the slothful man is as an edge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and in words spoken in due seasons. How good is it! The way of the life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. The Lord will destroy the house. Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. The heart of the righteous studieth to the answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. The Lord is fair from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoiceth the heart, and a good report maketh the bones fat. The ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. He that refuseth instructions despiseth his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. The fear of the Lord is in the instructions of the wisdom, and before honor is humanity. I'm on chapter 16 now. The preparations of the heart is in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the devil, for the day of the evil. Every one that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. Verse 10, a divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresseth not in judgment. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his works. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of the kings, and they love him that speaketh right. The wrath of a king is a messenger of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is a cloud of latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Better is to be of an humble spirit with lowly than divide the spoil with the proud. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. Amen. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increases learning. The wise, we read that. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increases learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it, but instruction of a fool is folly. Verse 23. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet in the soul, and health to the bones. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that laboureth for himself, for his mouth carrieth it of him. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and his lips there is as a burning fire. A proud man soweth strife, and whispers separate chief friends. A violent man enticeth his neighbor, and leadeth him into the way of that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to despise forward things. Moving his lips, he bringeth evil to pass. The hooray head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. Better is a dry morsel and a quietness therewith than an house of full sacrifice for strife. This is chapter 17. A wise servant shall have rule over a son that causes shame, and it shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. The finding pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the hearts. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. Verse 5. Whoso mocketh the poor is reproached is maker, and he that is glad of calamities shall not be unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Excellent speech becometh not a fool, much less do lying lips a prince. A gift is a precious stone in the eyes of him that hath it. Whithersoever it turneth, it proceedeth. He that covereth a transgressions seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separeth very friends. A reproof enters more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Let a bear rob of her whelps meet a man rather than a fool in his folly. Whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when letteth out of water, therefore leave of contention, before it be meddled with. He that justifieth the wicked, he that condemneth the just, even the both are abomination to the Lord. Some reason I'm having a problem pronouncing that word. Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he hath no heart to it. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding striketh the hands, and becomes surety in the presence of his friend. He loveth transgressions, that loveth strife, and he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. He that hath a forward heart findeth no good, and he that hath a reserved tongue falleth into mischief. He that begetteth a fool doth it to sorrow, and the father of a fool hath no joy. A merry heart doeth good, like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to revert the ways of judgment. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bare him. Also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equality. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is estimated a man of understanding. So that was in the 17th chapter. So I've read chapter 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I will do another one. Chapter 18. It's amazing how comforting it is to read the Bible, and kind of wakens up everyday life. Things come at you, and then read the Bible, and everything seems more comforting and soothing. That understanding the Bible, it just makes totally sense, and it's very comforting to me. And I hope y'all, whoever's watching this, has the same feeling and are blessed too. So I will read chapter 18 of Proverbs. Chapter 18. Through desire a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all the wisdom. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contentment, and with ignominy reproach. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom as a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow their righteousness and judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. He also that is slothful in his works is a brother to him that is great waster. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and is safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as an high wall in his own conceit. Before destruction the heart of the man is haughty, and before honor is humility. He that answereth the matter before he heareth it is a folly and shame unto him. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? The heart of a prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. And man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before the great men. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. The lot of causes contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. That is finished 18th, chapter 18. I'm going to read another chapter. It is very, to me, and Proverbs 19, verse 1. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity. Sorry, let me pronounce the words. I get tongue-tied. But I don't let that get me, because I'm going to still read the Bible, and I hope y'all bear with me. Thank y'all. Let's see. Sorry, I forgot what it was. That his lips are full. Also, that the soul be without knowledge. This is verse 2 of Proverbs 19, verse 2. Also, the soul be without knowledge, and is not good, and he that has it with his feet sinneth. The foolish man preserveth his way, and his heart freteth against the Lord. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are one unto him. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. Yeah. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is a dew upon the grass. A foolish son is in the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are continually dropping. A house and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul, but he that despiseth his ways shall die. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and he that which he hath given will he pay him again. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his cry. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if thou deliver him, yet thou must do it again. Hear counsel, and receive instructions, and thou mayest be wise in thy later end. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord shall stand. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord tendeth to the life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. A slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that hath understanding, and he will understand knowledge. He that wastes his father and chastens away his mother is a son that causes shame, and bringeth reproach. Cease, my son, to hear thee. Hear the instructions that causes to err from the words of knowledge. An ungodly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and strives for the back of fools. That is in chapter 19 of Proverbs. So I I read another chapter. Proverbs 20, verse 1. Wine is a mockery, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived, therefore is not wise. The fear of a king is the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger sinneth against his own soul. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing. Counsel in the heart of a man is like deeper water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Most men will proclaim every one his own goodness, but a faithful man who can find the just man walketh in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. A king that sitteth in the throne of judgment scattereth away all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I am pure from my sin? Divers weights and divers measures, both of them are alike abomination to the Lord. Even a child is known by his doings, whether his works be pure and whether it be right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord hath made me, even both of them. Love, not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thy eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. It is not, saith the buyer, but when he is gone his way, then he bestoweth. There is gold in a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are precious jewelry. Take his garment that is surety for a stranger, and take a pledge of him for a strange woman. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice to make war. He that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets. Therefore meddle not with him that flattereth with his lips. Whoso curses his father or his mother, his lamp shall be put out in obscure darkness. So have a lot of respect for your parents. They do. You need to. I am very blessed with awesome parents. So I'll read that one again. Verse 20. Whoso curses his father or his mother, his lamp shall be put out in obscure darkness. Verse 21. An inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. Verse 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee. Divers weights are an abomination unto the Lord, and a false balance is not good. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? It is a snare to the man who devoureth that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry. A wise king scattereth the wicked, and bringeth a will over them. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Mercy and the truth preserve the king, and his throne is upholden by mercy. The glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of a man is the gray head. Gray beard. Glory of young men is their strength, and the beauty of old men is the gray beard. Gray head. It's my cat. Hey, my cat Bindi came up, and she's a cute little thing. But okay, back. See, Proverbs 20, verse 29. The glory of a young man is their strength, and the beauty of an old man is the gray head. Verse 30. The blueness of a wound cleanses away evil, so do stripes the inward parts of the belly. That is in the chapter 20, and so let's see what is. I believe is 13, chapter 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So Proverbs, the book of Proverbs is chapter 13 to chapter 20. And it was amazing, and I pray y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all.